what do you end up with over here? What goes into your bladder? What's a typical urinary output? 5 liters?
No.
Dang, you're going to be all day in the bathroom.
1.5.
About 1.5 liters per day. It depends, but if you're perfectly hydrated and you stay well hydrated and you drink the water you're supposed to drink during the day, you'll produce about 1.5 liters of urine per day. So, obviously, what happens to the volume of this filtrate here? What's one of the things that's reabsorbed here constantly? Water, right? Your kidneys are incredibly adapted at being able to reabsorb water. Because otherwise, I mean, what's your blood volume? How much blood you got in your body? 5 liters or so. Of that 5 liters, how much of it is water? About half. You only have about 2.5 liters of water in your blood. So this means that, oh my gosh, in the matter of a minute, you would urinate yourself to death if you didn't reabsorb all of this. Right? So you have to be able to reabsorb water. So once we make this filtrate here, this 180 liters per day, this is called the glomerular filtration rate, by the way. That's one of the things we're going to look at, how your body maintains that glomerular filtration rate. It has to do really with maintaining an optimal blood pressure at the glomerulus. So once we make this 180 liters of filtrate, then we have to modify it. So how do you modify it? Well, you modify it just by chance, some of the stuff that you want. We could say that this filtration here is sort of semi-random, if you will. The bottom line is that if it is small enough to fit through the slits of the capillary, there's a good chance it's going to be pushed out into the filtrate. Obviously, not all of it will be, because some of it stays in the blood as it comes back around this way. But that's what we mean by saying it's sort of semi-random kind of in terms of what gets pushed out there. But it's really just selective based upon size. If it's small enough to fit through, it will fit through. Well, some things that are small enough to fit through, you don't want to urinate. You want to keep them, right? Is it common to find glucose in your urine, sugar in your urine? No. So if it's present, does something get present in the filtrate? Absolutely. Yeah. So what do you have to do? You have to make sure you reabsorb it. So this reabsorption is keeping the stuff we want. It's moving from the filtrate back into the blood plasma. Most of this takes place in the proximal convoluted tubule, because that's where all those microvilli are. It's where we have all of that surface area. Now, just by chance, is it possible that some of the stuff we wanted to get rid of didn't get put in the filtrate? Yeah. Just by chance, maybe there's a bunch of urea up here. So what do we want to do? We want to make sure that we push it into the filtrate. And that's called secretion. So secretion is moving from the blood into the filtrate, so it's stuff that you want to rid the body of. It's what you want to get rid of. And most secretion can occur anywhere, but the last chance or the last opportunity for secretion is the distal convoluted tubule. So if we had to put functions on things, most reabsorption in the proximal convoluted tubule, most secretion in the distal convoluted tubule. The loop of Henle is not important so much in regulating the composition here, but the volume of the filtrate. So it's mostly involved with water reabsorption for reasons we'll talk about. So when we're done with this, the amount filtered minus the amount reabsorbed plus the amount you secrete into it, what's left is what you get rid of. And so we go from 180 liters of filtrate that's got unselective kinds of things in it to 1.5 liters of urine of stuff that we want to get rid of. And that's kind of the kind of overview or the basic process of what has to happen in order for urine to be produced.